Hard point, put that weapon on the ground! Put it on the ground now! Do you understand? Put the weapon down! Put it on the floor now! Put it down! Put it down, that's it! Keep your hands on show! Keep your hands on show! Walk towards me! Walk towards me!
That's right, Clay Hill Road. Can we have M-Pass please, and dogs towards us. That's temporarily wrong side of the roundabout. Timberlog Lane now, speed 50 in a 40. Yeah, that's subject vehicle, wrong way on the roundabout. And that's wrong side of the road, dual carriageway, separated by a barrier. We have turned off our lights following from a distance on the correct side. And it's a decamp on the roundabout. On police, there you are! Police officer with taser, stand still, show me your hands. Put your hands on your head, turn around, get on your knees. And don't move, do you understand? You don't have to say anything. But it may harm your defence, dimensional questions later on in court, anything just may give it evidence. You're alright? You haven't hurt yourself or anything, have you?
The firearms on the table behind me have been handed in during the amnesty over the previous 2 weeks. 126 items were handed in. Of those 126, 41 were viable firearms capable of being discharged. They're ranging from 25 shotguns, 13 revolvers, 5 rifles capable of discharging different rounds of ammunition, from obviously shotgun rounds, 9mm rounds, 4.4, 3.2 and 2.2 rounds, all capable in the wrong hands of being fatal. In reality, I think the majority of them were in the hands of honest law-abiding citizens. However, it stops them falling into the hands of criminals through burglaries or inappropriate deposition of the weapons by the owners, specifically the ammunition as well, because if you've got a firearm without ammunition, it is obviously not as deadly. So the fact that we've recovered 2,600 rounds of ammunition is a tremendous response from the communities of Merseyside. If you have what we describe as a grandad gun or an antique firearm that has been sat within your family for a number of years, possibly been brought back from World War I or World War II by your granddad or your great-granddad as a memento, and it's sat gathering dust in the loft or in the garage, to make contact with us, we will come and assess that, and with the history behind that and the fact that it's never been used in criminality, we will take it away from you, we will look at it and we will dispose of it. And because of the history and how it's come in, there is more than likely not going to be any prosecution because it wouldn't be in the public interest to prosecute. We look to the members of the public to provide us with information through Crime Stoppers or to police officers directly, and I promise we will respond to every piece of intelligence with a view of taking firearms out of the hands of criminals and bringing them before the courts at the earliest opportunity.
Alright, I'm just on my way in to hand in this air weapon. I don't use it anymore, so I don't really want it, and I don't want to pay for a licence. Come on in with me. Hand in order, please.
No problem, you can just keep it in the bag and hand it over.
Alright.
The Scottish Government is currently making changes, which means you'll need a licence if you have one of these. Police Scotland are currently running a surrender campaign for anyone who no longer wants their air weapon. If that's you, there are various locations throughout Scotland where you can hand in your air weapon to police stations. For further information, please go to the Police Scotland website.
If you own an air weapon, surrender it like I did, or licence it.
Listen to me, taser officers, stay where you are! Get down, get down, get down! Get down!
Hello, ambulance.
Hi police, can we have your attendant? Someone who's been attacked by a knife, please.
What's the location? It's by the Waitrose on Borges Boulevard. It's a postcode of Papa Echo 1 to Bravo Delta.
Okay, and what exactly happened?
We have a male on the phone saying that he's been attacked with a knife. He's got injuries to his head and his legs.
Is it serious bleeding?
Yep.
And they sit outside the Waitrose.
Yeah.
Fella!
Show me your hand! Listen to me. Wait, on the floor.
Taser.
Sit down on the floor now. No sudden movements. Listen to me.
No problem. No problem.
Stay there.
Okay.
Keep looking at me. No sudden movements. Put your arms out to the side, mate. Your arms out to the side. Arms out to the side.
Okay.
Put your palms facing up.
Okay.
Palms facing up.
Okay.
Turn your palms up!
Facing up.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Do you know why you're being detained?
I don't know.
Okay. There's been a report that you might have a knife on you, okay?
I got
Someone's
no
been
knife.
injured. Put your arm behind your back.
Okay.
Listen to this officer,
Listen to what I've got to
please.
say. Okay, it's 7:30. Okay, you're currently under arrest for GBH and 2 common assaults. Okay, you do not have to say anything that may harm your defence. Do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. The reason your arrest is necessary is to prevent further harm. Okay, facilitate searches.
I've got nothing on me. I ain't done anything wrong with it.
Stay where you are! Don't move! Get on the floor! Go on the floor! Go on the floor now! Male under arrest on suspicion of robbery.
We had a report of an armed robbery. The victims called police in a very distressed manner. A threat was made that they were going to be stabbed had they not handed over their phones and wallets.
And these guys, one on a bicycle was like cornering us. Give me your phone and wallet, that's all I need, or else I'm gonna stab you.
One of them had a Santander bike, the other was on foot. One person would stop the victim with the bike and threaten to stab them with what they stated was a knife or machetes. We were the first unit to respond. We drove on that road, switched off the emergency equipment, the lights and the sirens. When we had the victims who called us in the back of our car, conducting what we call a street ID, we pointed them out and said, yes, that's them. Both suspects made off. One immediately surrendered himself to my colleague, whilst the one I was chasing ran away. Although I knew there was a high possibility that this person was armed with a knife, in my head, my concern was he's a risk to other members of the public. This person needs to be stopped straight away. I've started giving chase after him. He then turned around towards me and stated that he wanted to fight me, didn't want to be arrested. At this point, I've taken a step back and delivered Parva, which is an irritant spray. He's turned around the corner. I've seen what I believe him pulling out a knife, run past 2 females, got closer to him where I delivered a leg strike. I've then detained him and arrested him on suspicion of robbery.
Male under arrest on suspicion of robbery.
On CCTV, when it is slowed down, you can see him throwing the knife into the basement.
Yeah, excellent.
CCTV later does a playback whilst we're on scene and identifies that both suspects had disposed of all the items that had stolen from the victims in the bins. We found numerous mobile phones, a watch and a wallet. Calls like this are exactly why I joined the job. Both suspects were arrested. It was clear that they had no fear of any consequence and they weren't scared of the law, and someone, thankfully us that night, had to put a stop to it.
Hey, stay where you are! Don't move! Get on the floor! Get on the floor! Don't move! Go! Okay, it's about time. You're under arrest on suspicion of robbery. Just seen you just start to look at that bin. Floor! Go on the floor now! Put your hand behind your back! Make control 1 mile detained on the floor, Warwick Road! Palmer deployed! Male under arrest on suspicion of robbery.
I'm here today at the Royal Armouries in Leeds to launch West Yorkshire Police's Weapons Surrender, which will run for the next 10 days from the 20th of November until the 30th of November. It'll give members of the public the opportunity to hand in at their local police station guns, knives and any other offensive weapons that they may have in their possession. The law changed recently and it now makes it an offence for members of the public without proper authority and certification to hold firearms, particularly antique firearms. So this is now an opportunity for members of the public who may have come into their possession innocently by inheriting them, finding it in a property they've bought, or even just had it as memorabilia lawfully in the past, to bring those down to a police station, hand them in, and they can do that anonymously, and they won't face prosecution for the very fact that they possess those weapons on the day. I'm also encouraging people, rather than just firearms, to bring in offensive weapons and knives. It's really important that we don't allow these sort of weapons onto the streets. So bringing them to a police station, having them handed in, will allow us to dispose of them safely and prevent them from getting into the hands of criminals, because we all know the consequences of that. What I would encourage members of the public to do, if you want to bring a weapon to a police station, is make sure you bring it in a bag or under some sort of cover, so that you aren't seen in public with a gun or a knife, because I'm sure you'll appreciate that would probably result in a police response. So bring anything that you want to a police station in a bag or under cover, and we can dispose of that safely.
He's off to his taser! Stay where you are!
Alright, strike.
Please stay where you are! Please stay where you are!
Shitty Christ.
I think that's probably him. You all right?
door.
I wonder. That door's open. Hello? Hello? It's the police? It's the police? We're downstairs. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sounds like a BB gun.
Police officer with taser! Taser, get back! QJ, we're going to need more units. Firearms units, please. He's got some sort of gun.
He's fence jumping. He's gone back though. We're going to do a vehicle stop. He jumped out of the vehicle, asked him to stop so we can complete a stop search. He's then ran off.
Get down! Stay there! Stay there! Stay there! Stay on the floor! Get on the floor! You're detained, fella. You alright? Fella, you alright? Stop trying to get away! Stop trying to get away. I'm detaining you. Give me your hands. Please, give us your hands. Give us your hands! Give us your other hands!
Do I be arrested?
Not yet, no, just detained at the minute.
Can I just call my dad?
Sorry?
Can I just call my dad?
Call your dad?
Yeah. Please, mate.
There's going to be something in this. .748 plus we've got a live firearm. It's got a live firearm in it. Live firearm. But that's got a firearm and a cache of money in it.
Okay. You alright? How are you?
Yeah, what's going to happen now?
Right, 1352. You're under arrest for possession of a firearm. Okay?
Firearm?
A gun.
Where?
A gun, alright? Don't worry, you get asked questions about that. And concerning the supply of Class A drugs. Okay? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying though?
Yeah,
you speak good English, yeah. Alright, you do not have to say anything, but it will harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later relied in court. Anything you do say will be given evidence. Do you understand?
Contact. Okay, drop the shield.
Okay, take contact.
Clear! Step out! Nothing in your hand! Put your hands up! Step out of the address! AP on! Step out now!
Contact with the subject.
Step out! Listen
Stand by
to
for update.
You're surrounded by armed police. Stop there! Put your hands up! Listen to my voice and my voice alone. Stay there, do not move! Clear! Slowly, keep your hands up, start walking towards me. This way! This way, clear! Look at me! This way. Walk in front of the car. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. There,
Just here,
on the wheel.
on this wing.
Stand by the wheel. Now lay down on your stomach. Face me, lay down on your stomach.
Lay down, keep your hands out, lay down.
Lay on your stomach, do it now.
Lay down. Get down on the floor, put your arms out to the side. Stop about, mate.
Subject is secure in handcuffs.
Calm down,
Officer with taser, come out now! Officer with taser! Come out now! Police officer with taser! We've got plants. We've got plants downstairs. Officer with taser! Come out now with your hands up! Police officer with taser!
Downstairs all cleared.
Yeah. Get Rob to come here. Can you point to plate Rob? Get him here.
We're in. Rob. We're in.
Police officer taser, come out with your hands up now. Police carrying tasers. Police, come out, come out. Put your arms out. Now. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, we're good.
Following the tragic circumstances in Manchester, Dorset Police and Devon and Cornwall Police have taken the decision to allow firearms officers to be overtly on foot patrol across both force areas whilst carrying their long-barrelled weapons. And this is the first time that we've done this. In layman's term, I guess you describe it as a rifle, a semi-automatic rifle. That's what my officers will be carrying on foot patrol. We continually review our options, our tactical and deployment options following any incident, and the decision is taken that whilst there's been no change in intelligence, so no greater threat to the communities of Devon and Cornwall or Dorset, we think it is a very sensible deployment tactic to have these officers out in our communities carrying their long-barrelled weapons.
Families grieve missing their loved ones who became victim of the blade. Why is nothing changing? Why can't lives be saved? There's peer pressure to carry, or maybe to protect, scared to leave the house, and this is something we accept.
Knife Angel is made up of 100,000 confiscated knives or seized knives by police forces around the UK. Currently doing a 5-year tour, and we've been very fortunate to be able to get it here in Crewe.
This coincides with Operation Sceptre, the National Week of Action in relation to knife crime prevention. And across the LPUs, there will be increased activity for knife crime awareness and prevention to rid the streets of knives. We'll be conducting warrants, knife sweeps across your local parks and areas for public access, and they will be fed into the national picture along with prevention within the schools.
Operation Rubik's was an investigation set up. First of all, we had a robbery that came in on the 19th of February, a really nasty robbery where the offenders had targeted a shop worker, hit him with a machete and stole quite a quantity of cash from within the shop. We were dealing with that offence and we very quickly became aware that actually we thought it was linked to a number of other robberies that had been committed across the Newcastle and Howden area over the months December to February this year. We started to build a picture together of a number of offenders who had been burgling houses, stealing cars, and then using the cars to go and commit armed robberies. It has been a difficult investigation. We've been really up against the clock because they've been charged and remanded in prison. We have strict time limits we've got to follow. So it's been difficult in terms of gathering all the evidence. We took over 570 witness statements just since March this year. It's been extremely difficult to make sure we did it in time, but then also the actual methods of investigation we've had to use. We're dealing with people who they know the criminal justice system, they've been through it before, they know some of the tactics we've used, and we've seen certainly instances where they've deliberately took steps to try and avoid some of the policing tactics we would use to investigate them. We've had to overcome that. I mean, these are dangerous people. We've seen from December right into February the level of violence escalating, culminating in them using a machete to seriously injure somebody. There's no doubt they're dangerous. Not just physically though, they burgle people's houses. There's been times when people have been present in the address when they burgled their houses, and I think certainly Newcastle is far safer now that these people are off the streets.
Oh, please! Oh, please! Driver, hands now! Show your hands! Keep both hands on that window! Come here! Do not move! Open the door! Less lethal. Open the door and stay there! Slowly! Just back.
Get your hands up now! There! This is my colleague. Do not make any sudden movements. Right. Keep your hands on the seat. Do you understand?
We'll have you this side, mate. We'll have you
Just
this.
up further.
Yep.
Clarence, look at me! Look at me! Walk towards me now! Walk towards me! Stop! Go to the back of my vehicle! Get on your knees!
Yeah, keep it covered. I've had shoulder surgery about 9 months.
Now put your hands on your head. You're going to be handcuffed. I'm trying to move forward, handcuffed.
Yep.
You've got the vehicle.
No sudden movements, mate.
A little bit painful, so I ain't put that up.
Right,
Everyone on?
we will be
Everyone on?
exiting the
You're
hangar
on the
shortly. Points over to you.
Mr. Harding, welcome back.
Oh, thanks very much.
No worries at all. Good to see you. I'm going to hand you over to my colleague now.
Yeah.
Listen very careful to what she's got to say.
Yeah.
Right, James, you're going to be arrested. A warrant's been issued at Westminster Magistrates Court for your arrest for the following offences: conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to supply Class A controlled drugs, and conspiracy to fraudulently evade the prohibition of an importation of a Class A drug. So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question to me which you may later rely on in court, and anything you do say may be given in evidence. The time's 14:09. Do you understand what you've been arrested for? Okay, in which case we'll get you moving.
Lovely.
You just worry about the car, mate, when we stop. We'll do the rest.
Clear this shift to the near side. Maybe we have a motorcyclist amongst the convoy. Okay, speed is 70, no use cover. Statement, stand by, strike.
Go with them, go with them. Go, get right. Go.
Go.
Don't move!
Yes! Only occupant! Yes!
Rear clear!
Happy? Move back to the boot.
Here we have some electrical stun guns. We have quite a few of these recovered within the Merseyside area. It's quite a serious offence to be found in possession of these. They are prohibited weapons according to the Firearms Act, and they attract sentences of up to 5 years imprisonment. We have a large quantity of firearms recovered within the Merseyside area. These are several trolleys full that we can see here. They range from imitations, replicas, air weapons, real firearms. There are long weapons as well, shotguns and air rifles. Years gone by, we used to have to wait until we had a large amount, and then they were taken to a smelt. This necessitated a armed escort and was quite expensive. Some years ago we got our own industrial shearing machine, so now all the firearms are destroyed on site, which saves a lot of time. The shearing machine chops through any part of the gun, whether it be the receiver where there's a lot of metal or the barrels, which are fairly thin. Before the firearms are destroyed, they are all checked to be safe and unloaded. They're chopped up into small pieces, and one of the necessities is that every important component is destroyed, so nothing can be reused. After this, they are small pieces of metal, inert metal, and can just be disposed of via the scrapyard.
Been really successful this year. Over the last 2 weeks we've had 243 weapons surrendered into front offices of police stations, which is really, really positive for Greater Manchester. We've had a lot of shotguns this time, the full range of shotguns, single barrel, double barreled, sawn-offs, but we've also had some pistols. We've had a German officer's issue Luger pistol from World War II, which is quite interesting. 243 less weapons that our criminals can get their hands on to use to further their own criminal activities, which can only be a positive. Bring them in, still bring them in. We always want them. Our focus is getting guns off the streets. That's our priority. It's quite clear that you are supporting us to actually make your communities safer.
The National Firearms Surrender has been launched today because there has been a slight increase in gun crime across the country. I can reassure you that this has not been replicated in Hampshire or Thames Valley, but we cannot be complacent. Just one gun off the streets could potentially save a life. So I appeal to you. This is your opportunity to dispose of any unwanted guns or ammunition which you don't know what to do with. Hand them into a police station and we will safely dispose of them in order to keep them out of the hands of criminals. We all know the consequences of a firearm ending up in the wrong hands. It can be fatal, but it can also cause real fear in our communities. But it also causes a threat to our officers when dealing with incidents when firearms are involved. This is a firearms surrender and not a full amnesty. What that means is, at the point you hand the weapon in to the police station, we will not initiate proceedings against you for unlawful possession of a firearm. However, we will investigate the history of the firearm, and if it has been proven to be involved in a crime, inquiries will be carried out and people will be prosecuted where necessary.
Do you have a firearm, imitation gun or ammunition that has been handed down through the family? Collecting dust in your loft? On display in your home? Being illegally bought over the internet? One that you forgot you had? Or even one that you may have found? Did you know that thieves could steal these weapons from your home and then use them to cause someone to fear for their safety? GMP is offering you the chance to voluntarily hand in these weapons, safely and discreetly. Just take them to one of our 12 nominated police stations and our officers will ensure they're safely disposed of. Don't let them fall into the hands of criminals.
I'm Lisa, I'm a police officer, I'm an authorised firearms officer. So we provide a high visibility patrol in our local area. We'll respond to any job, whether it be a response job, so any 999 call, any traffic related job, and then we also have the capability of responding to any firearms related job as well.
Specially trained firearms officers are available around the clock. You won't always see them, as thankfully they're not always needed, but that are available to keep people safe in very specific circumstances. Members of the public can feel reassured by their presence, and we always welcome a conversation. Trained dogs and their handlers also play an important role in Devon and Cornwall policing. Most general-purpose dogs are German Shepherds, trained primarily at our school in Exeter. They can track for missing people, as well as chase down and detain suspects. But they also act as a deterrent in violent situations and help to maintain crowd control and incidents of public disorder. Police dogs and their handlers operate across the force 24/7 to keep you safe and bring offenders to justice. Drones are also used to support our policing activity throughout Devon and Cornwall. The technology allows us to cover large areas of search and to help monitor protests. The drone team can then gather useful images and information to get views of any potential problems. Drones are fitted with high-resolution cameras and thermal capabilities to help us target criminals and help keep you safe. Highly trained, highly prepared. Devon and Cornwall Police.
Oh, police officers! Come to the front door with your hands where we can see them!
The 7th of January this year, a Mitsubishi Shogun travelled down from the Peatley area into Hartlepool and rammed a house. What we know now is that this was a precursor to the events that took place later on that weekend.
Hurry up and get your fucking people out here now!
This was a feud between what we call organised crime groups. People who operate criminally for their own gain, mainly financially. We can see the Mitsubishi Shogun entering the street in Hartlepool and the suspects attacking the vehicle on the driveway there. So we see the accelerant being poured onto a rag and into the back of the vehicle. It's now set on fire as the Mitsubishi Shogun rams the front of the house. You actually see one of the suspects drop a bottle. That bottle's later recovered and the DNA profile of Wayne Griffin is found on the rim. Inside that premises were 4 young children, and it was only by sheer luck really that nobody was injured during that incident. The Mitsubishi Shogun then travelled back into the Peatley area and was destroyed again by being set on fire, and it's in convoy with 2 other vehicles. Those 2 vehicles are actually recovered after the offence, Inside, we find baseball bats and some other bottles containing accelerant. Again, we were able, through DNA, to link those items to the suspects in our case. The following day, on the 8th of January, in kind of response to this, an aggravated burglary occurred in the Horden area.
Hello, police emergency.
There's loads of people trying to get in my house, smashing my house and everything up.
Okay, can you give me your address, please?
Because this house associated with James Stevenson was targeted, his organised crime group mobilised themselves in a different Mitsubishi Shogun and lay in wait at an address in 7th Street in Horden in anticipation of an attack on the premises in 5th Street that was controlled by James Stevenson as what he would say was a legitimate business. And eventually, a stolen Ford Transit entered 5th Street and began to ram the business premises. Fortunately, there was nobody within it at the time, but it caused extensive damage. James Stevenson and the other defendants, they're now aware that there's an attack taking place on 5th Street, so they'll get into the Mitsubishi Shogun and travel down Eden Street to the junction with 5th Street. And as they look down, the Ford Transit is still ramming the business premises on 5th Street. The occupants of the Mitsubishi Shogun then discharge what we now know to be a 9mm handgun towards the vehicle. The Mitsubishi Shogun then makes off towards Easington and is followed in what we would say is a pursuit by the Ford Transit van. And the last sighting that we have of that on the CCTV is in the Haswell area. And interestingly, the Mitsubishi Shogun's later found a week later actually burnt out in the Coxo area. So following the reports by members of the public, as you can imagine, there's lots of information that comes into the police pretty quickly. And we've got to establish exactly what the circumstances are that have gone on.
Hands out, lie down.
Over the coming 2 to 3 weeks, 14 people were arrested.
At the minute, you're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder.
A conspiracy to discharge a firearm with the intent to injure.
Multiple searches were undertaken, various bits of evidence were seized, including money, heroin, cocaine, quite a significant amount, ammunition and other items that would later become evidence in the case for us. And even though we didn't recover a huge number of phones from our suspects, we still managed to obtain some text messages between the suspects, which showed that communication, which showed they were together or had been together previously, when we would say that the preparation was being made to commit this offence. We also executed a warrant on a place called Mount Pleasant Farm, owned and controlled by Paul Frayne. On the farm, on the back of a flat-back vehicle, we recovered the shell of a 9mm bullet. And what we were able to establish through the forensic evidence was that that 9mm bullet had been discharged from the same weapon used in the offence on 5th Street. And we can actually go a step further than that as well. We can say, because of the angle of the bullet, which we later recovered from the front of the building in 5th Street, we were able to say that that bullet had travelled from the Mitsubishi Shogun. So we were able to prove that the people within that vehicle definitively discharged a gun and that bullet had travelled from the direction of that vehicle.
Did you intend to kill the people who were smashing the shops up?
No comment. When suspects are arrested, they're all interviewed under caution by police officers.
I had no part in this crime. I'm not guilty for it. I've got no acknowledgement of it. That's all I'd like to say.
All of the defendants in this case either chose to make no comment to those questions or denied any involvement in the offence.
That's the back of your truck.
Yeah.
That is a bullet. That's a 9mm casing from the bullet. Can you tell me what that's doing in the back of the truck that you move in and out of there?
Haven't got a clue.
Okay.
Haven't got a clue.
We've obviously undertaken these extensive levels of inquiries, from witnesses to CCTV to forensics to searches, arrests, etc. And we're able to build really strong case against these people. In the face of this, what we would say is overwhelming evidence, all the defendants chose to plead guilty.
Can I stop this interview and talk, Mr.
Certainly, of course you can. Time by you.
Yeah, time by mate is 15:45.
This really has weeded out an entire organised crime group from our communities. I'm proud of the officers who have worked tirelessly to bring these people to justice, our partners who have contributed really effectively, our communities who really have stood up and been counted to say that they won't tolerate such behaviour within the community. And I think this acts as a real deterrent for organised criminals who think they can escalate their criminality to such a serious and violent level to say that it just won't be tolerated.
Mate, what are you doing? Get back. Male with a knife, he's threatened me with a knife, he's running off. Come back. Mate, you're not going anywhere, buddy. He's got two large knives in his hand. Pass. Take a left, down the back. Keeps turning around and coming at me with the two knives. Mate. All right. I'm fine, I've got about 30 metres between us. But at me.
Okay, Aaron, okay, we're going to handcuff you to the front, but we need to make sure you're secure, okay? Aaron, listen to us, get on your knees, go on the pavement so you don't dirty your tracksuit. Get on your knees, put your arms out to the side, we'll come towards you, we'll put your handcuffs, alright? Yeah, we'll put you to smoke a cigarette, okay? But get on your knees, put your hands out to the side. We won't, fella, we won't, okay? Unless you offer... Listen, Aaron. Aaron, unless you offer us any violence... Okay, keep your hands together, keep your hands as you are. We'll close him, we'll cuff him. Right. Someone got this taser out, just... Yeah. That's fine. No, that's fine. Male detained in cuffs.
This is the briefing for the latest armed police operation to tackle gun crime in London. The intention is to address armed criminality and violence to identify offenders, disrupt their criminal activity and arrest and prosecute for offences where appropriate. Firearms will be deployed on this operation in response to the possible threat by suspects in possession of firearm or firearms. Present here at this briefing are all firearms officers who are specially selected and highly trained officers who volunteer to carry firearms, along with other unarmed officers employed on this operation. They are all committed to their duty to keep London safe.
Driver! Come towards me! Walk towards me! Keep walking! Keep walking! Stop! Get on your knees! Lay on your front! Lay on your front. Put your hands out to the side. Turn your palms up. Cross your legs. Do not move! Right, we secure him and then we'll get the weapon.
Yeah, right. Put this hand in the small of your back. Other hand in the small of your back.
Secure.
Honestly, there's no need for this.
I guess you guys don't get much action.
You've got blood on your hands, mate. Is that yours?
I don't know. Some of it.
Some of it's yours.
I'm going to hand myself in. That front pocket there.
That one there?
Yes.
Right, okay.
You might need a glove.
All right. You're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder, okay? And of course you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. You understand? Okay, my friend.
I'm sat here in front of some of the weapons that have been taken off the streets of Greater Manchester in the past, some by seizure, some perhaps in previous amnesties. And with this amnesty, there is an opportunity for people who are holding guns or ammunition to hand it over and know that in doing that, they'll be taking things out of our communities, off our streets that potentially could kill. We know in Greater Manchester that the level of gun crime has gone down massively in recent years because of the work of Greater Manchester Police, because of the work of people across our communities to say no to the gun. But people need to be very clear. This amnesty is about taking weapons off our streets, hand them over. It's one less weapon, one less bullet. But people need to be very clear as well that there's no let-up by Greater Manchester Police against those who would use the gun, those who would kill and harm. That challenge to the gunman will continue, even though the amnesty is with us. Hand these guns over, make sure that we make our streets safer. This amnesty is a great idea, and the real signal that we will continue the campaign against guns in Greater Manchester. It'll go on long after the amnesty finishes.
He just killed that boy. He just killed him.
Drop the sword! Drop the sword!
Tourniquet! Tourniquet!
Yeah, tourniquet for the governor, quick! Police officer stabbed! Police officer stabbed!
My name's Inspector Campbell, and I'm one of the officers who responded to the Hainault sword attack. When I first got the call, I had a look at the log and saw that there were multiple people calling about the same incident, which told me that it was attracting a lot of public attention. So the first thing I told the sergeant to do was send people, and then I got my own equipment on to respond as well. When I first left the police station, I was heading to a normal stabbing. When we were around halfway there, PC King updated saying police officer stabbed, police officer stabbed.
Police officer
now that's not normal. And so at that point, the risk assessment and my recognition of what was going on was through the roof.
Right, Yaz has been stabbed! Sam!
My first concern was which one of my officers has been stabbed, and also what kind of condition are they in. Moving on from that, I then knew that the person needed to be confronted. By the very fact that he was armed meant that there was no time for hesitation. You had to go in and you had to confront that threat head on. During our interaction, there was at one point where we kind of separated from one another and just looked at each other in the eyes. I could see that there was nothing in his mind beyond I think he was trying to cut my head off, and that was his sole intention. So that's a fairly intense morning. My baton hit his sword twice mid-air as we were hitting each other. I think at one point his sword hit my baton and it went down my baton and sliced my hand open on the way out. At the time it felt a bit like a punch to the hand. However, I looked down and saw that my hand was open. And then when I realised that I was losing too much blood and had to withdraw. And so I jumped back and dodged another swipe from his blade, and then went back to the police cars and asked for a tourniquet to be put on my arm.
Yeah, tourniquet for the governor, quick!
There was only one thing to do, which was to try and disarm Mr. Monzo. I deliberately didn't get too involved in any other matter at that point, because the first priority was to try and stop further death and further injury. I became aware of what Mr. Monzo had done to Daniel later on in the morning in hospital. When I had the tourniquet removed, I lost quite a lot of blood and lost consciousness for the first time. I think when I came round, another police officer visiting me, I think he presumed that I knew already and said, sadly, a boy has died, and that was the first I knew about it. And I felt the wind be knocked out of me, and I felt like I was being sucked down into my bed. I hadn't realised that had happened. I thought we had achieved the goal, which was the preservation of life, and to learn that hadn't happened, I was gutted. I'm pleased with the family of Daniel that there was a conviction, and Mr. Monzo has been put behind bars for 38 years. I hope that means something to them, although it's never going to bring Daniel back. But I think we all would have been devastated if the child had gone a different way. I felt humbled by Daniel's family. They've dealt with this horrible case with dignity, with stoicism, and with self-respect. It's something which I'll never forget. It's something which I'll take away, and it's something which I've learned from. I've said previously that it's something which many people can learn from. I think they handle themselves in an exemplary manner, and they've done their own family proud. To my colleagues who responded that day, I can only echo what the judge said in open court, which is that they are a credit to the Metropolitan Police, and they should be proud to put on that uniform and carry on doing what they are doing. They saved me from worse injury. When I went in by myself, I had no doubt that they would follow in behind me, and they did. They did, and they were involved with me, doing their own tactics. And even after seeing two of their colleagues stabbed, one of whom was the inspector in charge, they didn't withdraw. They carried on going at it until they had done the job. My recovery is fine. I've got a scar on my hand. I can't quite put my thumb up completely. It's still a bit stiff, but in the grand scheme of things, it's all right. It's all right compared to how it could have been.
Police officer, taser, stay still! Police officer, taser, stay where you are now! Put your hands out in front of you now! What? I'll tase you. Tase me, bro? No, I've got a report you have potentially got a knife on you. Oh. Put your hands out in front of you now. Do as you're told or you're going to get tasered. Taser me, bro? Do as you're told. Taser me, bro. Or you're going to get tasered. Taser you! Do as you're told. What? Do as you're told. Get down on the floor now! Hands out in front of me! Floor now! Hands out in front of you! Please! I've been here till I...
Yeah, vehicle is found stopped, speed 40 miles per hour, follow distance of 50 metres. It's gone right towards the Winterbournes. Stand by, down to 10 miles an hour, contacted a curb near side. Door open. Near side, both doors are open. Front offside tyre is completely gone. That's impairing the speed of the vehicle. Still 10 miles per hour, follow distance of 10 metres. Yeah, we've seen definitely a near side front and rear passenger, possibly a driver's side rear passenger as well, so at least 4 occupants.
Coming to stop.
Just my left, right.
Get on the ground! Oh, police! Get on the ground in the blue top! In the blue top, get down now! Drivers into water, going towards Goldsmith. Stay where where you are! Stay where you are! Police officer taser! Stay on the ground! Hands up to the side! Get on your stomach now! Get on your stomach! Now! Arms out wide! I got it. Are you going?
Just keep the light on.
Yeah. No, not right now.
Arms in the back.
There you go. Oh my God. Yeah, we got another one detained. We're beyond in the water in someone's garden right now. Got one detained. Driver's seat.
Slow your breathing. You don't have to say anything. May harm the offensive to mention when questioning somebody later on in court.
Get into the car now!
Hey!
On your knees, go!
Right, just hold here. Who else is in the car?
Move in! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! No! Do not move! Do not move! Take the keys out of the car! Keys out of the car!
Keys out the car!
Put them on the roof! Put them on the roof!
Window down!
Put the keys on the roof! Put them down! Put the keys there!
Right.
Passenger out.
Passenger, step out.
Leave that.
Get your hands up! Hands up! Walk to me. Walk to me. Onto your knees. Get down onto your stomach. Don't move.
Keep those hands up.
Gun trafficking's got a bit quiet lately.
The South East Regional Organised Crime Unit carried out an investigation into an organised crime group whom were buying, at the time, legal blank firing pistols, and then they were converting them within various addresses across the South East, and they were then supplying them to numerous people throughout the South East and indeed throughout the UK. Soroku executed a number of warrants on the 11th of October 2023 throughout the areas of Slough and Windsor, and during those warrants we recovered 153 converted firearms, and it was clear from what we saw upon recovery that they were destined for sale throughout the UK. We seized a number of weapons from a garage block in Windsor, some more from a house in Slough, and then on the 22nd of February 2024 we seized 70 further firearms that had been converted from an address in Portsmouth in Hampshire. Paul Lynham was identified following extensive inquiries into handle names that had been pivotal in the nature of the purchase, supply and delivery of those weapons throughout the UK. On the 2nd of August 2024, we were able to detain Paul Lynham in Barcelona, and he was extradited back to the UK to face charges, arriving back in the UK in November of 2024. Paul Lynham faced charges of conspiracy to sell or transfer firearms, conspiracy to sell or transfer ammunition and money laundering.
My name is Tim Metcalfe, Assistant Chief Constable responsible for Counter-Terrorism Policing South East and the South East Regional Organised Crime Unit, which led this investigation. I'm also the National Lead for the criminal use of firearms. I'd like to begin by saying that thankfully firearms crime in the United Kingdom is amongst the lowest in the world. However, Every day within policing we work closely, often with our partners, to tackle the threat posed to our communities by serious and organised crime. Last year, a national amnesty in relation to Turkish-manufactured top-venting blank-firing firearms took place. Those who were in possession of them were encouraged to take them into police stations and hand them in due to a study that found them to be readily convertible into lethal barrelled weapons. This resulted in 3,500 Turkish models being removed from circulation. Top-venting blank-firing firearms are legal to buy in the UK by adults without a licence, unless they are readily convertible. Unfortunately, in this case, we can see how an organised crime group was able to convert these blank firers on an industrial scale. This took place before possessing them became illegal. The organised crime group converted them into live weapons which were not only illegal, but would have undoubtedly been used for criminal purposes, likely with lethal effect. We know there have been a number of homicides linked to these converted weapons. Since 2021, UK law enforcement has recovered more than 800 of these guns in criminal circumstances. Converted blank firers have been used in at least 5 homicides in the UK in the last 2 years. We will continue to work tirelessly to tackle the blight of gun crime in the communities of the South East and beyond. But we cannot do this without the public's help. If you know people involved in illegal firearms activity, please contact us on the police non-emergency number 101 or call the independent charity Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111.
Rishi, one of my response officers from Hucknall, last year had spotted something going off whilst off duty, quickly ran to assist, realised that the suspect at the time was in possession of a knife. This hasn't deterred Rishi one bit. He's called the police, took swift action and continued to try and detain the male all on his own. He's managed to do so and bring in a swift end to what could have been a really nasty incident in Arnold Town Centre.
So when I've grabbed him, the knife he had the hand on, I went to hold that hand, he's then swapped hands. So the knife was now on in his left hand and he's then come tried to stab me around my sort of stomach and ribs area. So as this was going on, all I can think about was I need to take this knife off this male because he was trying to stab me and he said he's going to kill me if I don't walk away. And he was actively trying to kill me, so my priority was to take the knife off him to protect myself and the public. Whether we're on duty or off duty, whether we're wearing that uniform or not, it is our duty to protect the public. I joined the police to help people and to protect people. So if this incident was to happen again, I'd do the same thing all over again. It's something that I've signed up for and something I've always wanted to do to help people, so that's why I'm here. And I'd do it all over again if I had to.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alright Josh, time is, what is the time?
11:04.
11:04, you're under arrest for possession of an offensive weapon.
Number 10, Dominic Denton! Our police! Come to the front door with nothing in your hands! Number 10, Dominic Denton! Come to the front door with nothing in your hands! Our police! Hands. Both hands. Thank you. Follow me this way, please. Here's everything I say. Follow me this way. What I need to do, Dominic, is take a knee in front of that railing for me. On your knees, please. Put your hands on top of your head and interlock your fingers. You're about to be handcuffed, do you understand?
We know you're in there! Come out of number 10 with nothing in your hands! Armed police!
Call him by his name.
What's his name? Nothing in your hands! Come towards me! Come towards me!
Send him our way, send him
No,
our way.
head that way! Head, no.
This way.
Go that way.
This way, follow us.
Go.
Hello, I'm Matt Bomber, Detective Chief Inspector for Suffolk Police. Today we've seen a significant criminal from Ipswich sentenced and convicted through courts. Mr Denton operated a criminal enterprise in Ipswich where he intimidated vulnerable people to supply drugs and exploit them so he could benefit for his own lifestyle. Mr Denton was seen in Ipswich for a number of years now, living beyond his means. He had no income that was declared through any tax revenue or through any employment. This in the end is how we managed to convict Mr Denton for supplying drugs within Ipswich. I want to pay tribute to the team of detectives that have worked to secure this conviction. So much weight was behind the evidence that Mr Denton pleaded guilty at the earliest opportunity. I know that people will be able to sleep safely in Ipswich now Mr Denton is in prison for some time, and it's just a reminder for anyone who wants to operate criminally in Suffolk or in Ipswich that we will eventually find you, will charge you and convict you.
The murder of Robert Powell was calculated, planned, vicious, and only can be described as an execution, committed by serious organised criminals. Just prior to 5 a.m. on the 13th of June 2020, Essex Police were called to the reports of a shooting in Water Lane, Roydon near Harlow. Upon arrival, Robert Powell, aged 50, was found having been shot 8 times and later died in hospital. In the hours leading up to Robert's murder, he had been present at a party where approximately 100 people were there. 2 young women were also taken to hospital, having been caught in the crossfire. Our inquiries really centred on the location, speaking to witnesses, conducting forensic inquiries using ballistics experts to try and piece together what happened at the point Robert was shot and the hours leading up to it. This was an extremely complex investigation because of the level of criminality that we were dealing with. Following initial inquiries, we received some information that led us to identifying 3 key vehicles that were involved in the murder, all of which played their part. A Ford Cougar was identified containing the individuals that physically shot Robert Powell, a second vehicle, a Vauxhall Zafira, that was a supporting vehicle, and a third, a Prius, which we believe was there to look out for Robert Powell and identify when he exited and left the party. Having identified the key vehicles, we then looked at where those vehicles went following the murder. The Cougar and the Zafira then went to a nearby industrial unit in Epping, where the Cougar was left and then later picked up some hours afterwards. Having received this information about the vehicles, we started to build our case looking at CCTV at the scene, ANPR activity, intelligence, and lots of inquiries with other agencies around the UK. This led us to identifying key individuals who we nominated as suspects in the inquiry. Through analysis of CCTV, ANPR, and with assistance from the National Crime Agency, we identified EncroChat encrypted phones that were linked to key suspects in this inquiry. We identified over 1,000 telephones within the course of the inquiry and submitted over 300 telephone applications. Some of the phones that we identified could only be described as burner phones and were purchased purely and solely for this crime. The evidence that we obtained from the EncroChat telephones showed that Nana Rapong was involved in the high-end supply of Class A controlled drugs. He pleaded 2 offences linked to this during the trial. Other evidence that we obtained from the EncroChat handles showed that Nana Rapong was in conversations with others in the weeks leading up to the murder about firearms and ammunition. This, with other evidence, identified that a week prior to the murder, attempts were made to locate Robert Powell at a party in London, using the same key vehicles that were used in the murder. Other than the date of the attempt and the murder itself, both the Vauxhall and the Ford Cougar were not ever seen on ANPR or any other activity across the UK, so they were solely used for the purpose of trying to locate and kill Robert Powell. In the days following the murder, we received information to suggest that the suspects had fled the country, knowing that they were sought by UK law enforcement. Finally, in 2022, Nana Rapong and Isra Shah were both apprehended and arrested and extradited back into the UK. Nana Rapong was extradited from Morocco, Isra Shah from Spain.
Just confirm your name for me.
Isra Shah.
Cool. Isra Shah. Time's 2 minutes to 4. Okay, you're under arrest for a first instance warrant relating to the murder of Robert Powell.
The magistrates at Chelmsford Magistrates Court have issued a warrant for your arrest, and that's in relation to a murder, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, and wounding with intent.
My team have worked tirelessly over the last 4 years, piecing together the evidence and information, and at the same time trying to locate the suspects that are outstanding for this murder. At the centre of any murder investigation is the victim. Robert Powell, aged 50, was gunned down outside an address in Roydon in 2020. Robert was a family man, and they loved him and will miss him dearly.
Police Scotland has a duty to protect life and ensure the safety of police officers and the public. Specially trained officers carry taser as one of their options to protect people from violence. Taser is the brand name of a conducted energy device. The presence of an officer with taser can help de-escalate a situation. In 85% of taser uses, which include drawing and aiming the weapon, taser isn't actually discharged. Officers will attend, they'll use their communication skills, and at that point they'll assess whether or not it's appropriate to use taser. Taser generates electricity. When it's discharged and makes contact with somebody, it delivers really short pulses, which will then stop the person moving and causing harm to themselves or others.
So officers undergo thorough training, which includes not just the use of the device, but it's heavily focused on de-escalation. It is a 4-day pass-or-fail course and involves both theoretical and practical elements. Officers then return once a year for annual refresher training. We want officers who can calmly assess situations and use force only when absolutely necessary.
Taser can be a useful tool in subduing violent and unpredictable people. Other more traditional methods, such as baton strikes and direct contact, can lead to injury to both the officer and to the person. Taser allows you to keep that distance and avoid that direct physical contact.
The nature of policing means the officer will often have to deal with incidents that are fast-paced, dynamic, where information is limited and time is critical. They may not always know the age or the background of the person that they're dealing with. The main priority is removing the risk posed by that person to either themselves or to others. All taser use is reviewed. Any time a taser is discharged, a report is sent to the Police Investigation Review Commissioner for independent scrutiny. So assaults on police officers have increased, and officers need to be provided with additional tactical options to better protect themselves and the public from violence. Initially, tasers were only issued to authorised firearms officers, but in 2018, Police Scotland introduced specially trained officers who are local policing officers trained and able to deploy taser if necessary. Police Scotland will be increasing the number of specially trained officers from 500 to 2,000 over the next few years.
Come on, mate. On the floor now! Officer, a taser! Officer, a taser! Get on the floor now! Get on the floor! Put your arm behind your back! Arm behind your back! Now! Other arm! Behind your back! Other arm! Behind your back! Behind your back! No resistance. Mate, don't move and don't just leave there. Other arm behind your back! Bro! I'm not resisting. Ollie, I've got the one with the knife. Everyone's got them. Oh, you get it, everyone. Mate, can you just flick? Yeah. VB Charlie Papa 737. Got one detained with like a foot-long knife so far.
So my name's John Burton, I'm a police dog trainer for Nottinghamshire Police, and today we're running an initial firearms support dog course for Nottinghamshire. So these are all general purpose police dogs, and this is up to the next level now, so a firearms support dog course. It's specifically learning to work around firearms teams and work with firearms teams, get used to loads of other people around and working on specific tactics that firearms use. So what we're doing today is firearms have stopped a vehicle and they don't want to approach the car, but we need to check if there's anybody in the vehicle. So what we're doing is sending the dog forward to the vehicle for the dog to search the vehicle and give us an indication if someone is in the vehicle by barking at the subject in the vehicle. Throughout the course, expose the dogs to real gunfire, but the guns that we're using today that you've seen on the video are just imitation guns, just to get the dogs used to people pointing things around them and moving around with big things slung across the chest. Ultimately, the aim is to get the dogs really comfortable around firearms officers and their tactics that they use, all the noise that's created around them, get the dogs used to that environment, and then they will still go out and do their dog work within that environment.
It's taking a little while to stop.
It's got a cracked windscreen.
Yeah. I did just see his right shoulder drop slightly, so he might be leaning down to the right hand side. Just anticipating
Decap, man.
Yeah, just turn the sign off.
BB 185, got a runner. Police with a taser! Police with a taser! 185, Colombo Road ED, got a decamp for a car. Police with a taser! Your choice! RC2 male, black t-shirt, black trackers. Please with a taser! Get your arms behind your back. Arms behind your back. Get your arms behind your back. Arms now. Right, you're detained for a search. Mate, wait, I've got to go back and check that car. Yeah, go on. Right, listen. You're under arrest on suspicion of possession with intent to supply Class A drugs. You do not have to say anything, may army defence. You do not mention when questioned. Something which will later on in court.
The Bruni is an Italian model. The colour is supposed to denote the fact that they are blank firing pistols, but what you'll see, this one here, the colour's been removed because somebody was basically in the process of converting it. Once converted, that blank firing pistol becomes just as viable and just as lethal as the original purpose firearm. One is viable and capable of killing, the other one is inert and a blank firer. We work tirelessly to protect the public and to reduce the threat from firearms in our communities, and a really key part of that strategy is removing firearms from the streets so that basically we stop them from falling into the wrong hands. If those firearms are surrendered to us within the amnesty period, we want to reassure the owners that they will not be prosecuted. However, anyone in possession of those firearms after the amnesty will render themselves liable to prosecution and up to 10 years imprisonment. We can suppress the threat by suppressing the supply. So by taking these blank firers off the streets through this amnesty period, by seeking surrender, we can stop them from falling into criminal hands.
Behind that car. Down on your knees.
You want to arrest? You can. Yeah. Conspiracy to commit robbery. Okay. Also possession of a firearm. Yeah.
It will make it a lot easier to save us seizing every phone in this house if you tell us where your phone is.
At this moment in time, you're under arrest for the course of justice. You don't have to say anything but may on your defence. If you do not mention when questioned something, you don't rely on a court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
This stand by, got a male, black top, grey jogging bottoms, 2 ticks. Hang on, I don't know if this is a guy or not. Mate, stay there a minute, stay there, police with taser, stand still, get down on the ground,
Stay down! Stay down! Don't move! Don't move! Put your hands! Give us your hands now! Give us your hands! Give us your other hand! Don't be stupid! Get your hands out now! Right.
They're on Cromwell Road.
Secure?
No.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Secure.
Secure.
Stop it.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's good.
Right, you're under arrest for being in possession of a bladed alcohol, my friend. Okay, you don't have to say anything, but ma'am, defence if you didn't mention one question. Something shall later on court, anything you do say may be given evidence.
VB, male cuff, secure, one under arrest, knife recovered.
Yeah, grab a stick.
Man's making off. Oh.
Police with the taser! Shoot shots!
Man making off Ali Saeed. So. First You're under arrest for attempted murder. Not to say anything. May I be defended? Do not mention your questions. Something should never in court. And if you do say, may you give evidence. Hand on. Yeah. Give me his hand. Hold on, got it.
No, sustained.
436 men in cuffs.
Copy, do you need other units?
Stay there. Paper.
That's received all of the units then. You can stand round, stand down. Thank you very much.
Can we get the boxy back?
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Mate, Ali Saeed. It's you, right?
Him,
yeah.
Go.
Rear near side is a decam going off-road.
Keep going, cut him off. Oh, please, WS!
Please, stay there! Let the dog! Stay there! Hold him! Get on the floor! Get on the floor! Stay where you are! Get to the ground! Right, on your front! Turn around! Get on the ground! Lay down! Stay there! Yes, we have 2 occupants of the vehicle decamped. Both have been arrested.
Across the Yorkshire and Humber region, we begin a firearms and weapons surrender on Monday the 13th of November which runs through to the 26th of November. We want to remove weapons so they don't end up in the wrong hands on the streets, causing injury and sometimes death. Weapons don't recognise county boundaries, and this surrender enables people across the region to surrender weapons safely and anonymously, no matter where they live. Incidents involving the reported use of weapons are treated very seriously, and West Yorkshire Police work closely with partners to ensure people who live, work and visit the county remain safe. There are many different reasons that you might find yourself in possession of a weapon. An old relic in a loft, something you've inherited from a house move, or perhaps something you've been asked to look after for someone else. This is your opportunity to surrender it to us. Communities hold the key to helping reduce firearms-related crime. Information from witnesses and local communities is vital if we're to obtain evidence needed to arrest and prosecute offenders, and we would ask people to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. We want as many weapons as possible to be handed in, and we'd encourage people to do so.
That machete. Down here.
Is here.
Alright. Is this coat yours?
Yeah, man.
This is your coat?
Yeah.
And you threw it over the other side of that wall, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put in there, man. Don't know my
In that case, I'm going to search you, alright? Under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act, okay? Things I've got to tell you, my name's Mark, my collar number 712 from Fort Worth Police Station, okay?
No problem.
The reason I'm searching you is because I've seen you stood here on more than one occasion over the last week or so, always stood in this same spot, always moving to get away from us. I'm searching you, you absolutely stink of cannabis,
yeah,
and
man,
this jacket has been thrown over the wall upon you seeing us. So I suspect you're here possibly dealing and we're therefore be in possession of drugs, okay?
No problem.
So I'm obviously looking for drugs or any items that may be linked to the supply of drugs.
They're happy there at the shop. No,
have you got any drugs on you?
Maybe I have, yeah.
Maybe you have?
Yes. I just not making those part now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. Oh, hello, sir.
Yes, there. Put it back, man.
You're also under arrest. Possession of an offensive weapon in a public place.
Yeah, put it back.
You don't have to say anything in my defence if you don't mention any questions which let in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
There's no problem. Put it back. It's no good.
423. Can I get a van to Sergeant Street, junction with Lincoln Road?
It's no good.
No, not yet. You've been searched, mate.
You got anything sharp anywhere else?
What?
Any other knives anywhere else?
No, man. I have something here.
Alright, stay there. Stay there. Don't move.
I'm not moving, man. I'm not running. I'm not moving.
Yeah, you're further under arrest for possession and intent to supply.
No problem.
Suspected Class B, okay?
No problem, brother.
Caution still applies.
No problem, no problem.
More cannabis.
What is that?
Yeah, I think you murdered before me. There's nothing there. Can search.
Okay, well, you didn't tell me about the machete or the drugs.
No problem. Actually, everything is there. Don't worry. Everything.
It's just to make you aware of a male and female that have been attacked by a machete.
What's the postcode of the location, please? 2181, there's a detained male.
He's alive.
Believe it's Angus. Stay there for us now.
Angus, what for?
Stay there. Bring your arms out.
What for?
Bring your arms out where I can see them.
What for?
2956, well done, check.
Get all know the camera of the unit because I've got two now.
He's alive, come.
Hell now, straight down the back. Angus!
Listen, I swear,
Angus!
You tasing me, mate. I'm going to slap you straight in the face.
Ellie, I've got two, Angus and Cal. Stay where you are now.
He's alive.
Stay where you are.
I'm getting light, I'm on top floor. Anyway, mate. What am I wanting?
Stay where you are.
What am I wanting for? Listen, come.
Straight down the back of the houses.
I'm not out. Take the kids, I'm not out. Take the kids, I'm not out. Take the kids, I'm not out.
Get down!
Take your taser, I'm not. Take your taser, I'm not.
Get back now!
Take your taser, I'm not taking. I'm not taking. Mate, get the police and you stop.
Get on the floor.
Mate, how you doing? Take your taser. Mate, don't.
Stay where you are now. Stay where you are.
Let them off.
Get your hands out your pockets.
Let them off. Let them
Get your hands out your pockets.
Let them off.
Get your hands out your pockets.
Jesus,
Get your hands out.
Jesus, I swear God, I'll kill you.
Get your hands out your pockets.
Come on, daughters. Daughters. Go on.
Taser. Put your arms out now. Put your arms out.
Officer safety supersedes any forensic issue.
Put your arms out.
Arms out now. Look, I want a light. I want a cigarette. Come on.
Okay, still no complying.
I want a light. That's all I want.
Get your hands out your butt now. Put your hands out. Put your hand on your back now. Get your arm out now.
Listen, who are you?
That's you again.
I don't give a fuck.
Get hands on.
3 times.
What are you doing, man? There's no need for this.
Calm yourself down.
All I want is a cigarette.
He's chucked a knife in that bush up there.
Who took a knife?
There's definitely a blade, yeah. Get on your side.
Listen, I've got injuries all on my arms. I've got injuries all on my fucking arms. I want me. Who do you think you are, like?
Shut up.
Who are you talking about? Stamp all over you. Do you think I give a fuck what a taser?
Terrorists, head down the hill. Yeah. See my panda.
You got shell in, I've won this way.
Right, so what am I wanting for?
You're locked up for attempt murder, alright? You don't have to say anything.
Attempted murder?
You don't mention any question.
What is belly?
Don't wish you get a line in court. Anything you do to your murder, give them evidence, alright? It's 10 to 10.
I want a light, I want a tub. All I want is a tub.
I'll get somebody to sort it out.
What?
I'm not talking to you.
Listen, I'm talking to you. Attempted murder, what for?
Just relax.
I'm a lax man.
If you're on scene, just concern everybody's fitting well and you want to reach
No, I need to go to hospital. I've got a big hole in my arm. I want a cigarette. I'm not fitting well. I've got a big hole in my fucking arm.
Talking about you. Talking about the officers.
Oh, but you look me arm, man. Cameron! He's lucky at the tail. You're very, very lucky, mate. I would lever you. Do you know that?
Aye.
You do? That's why I've got them. Attempted murder. Attempted fucking murder on what? Cameron! No comment, son. Listen. Listen, Cam. I've got the phone. I want my property.
You get it?
And I want my tabs to hospital.
You won't get them yet, right?
Well, listen, watch what happens. I guarantee I kill myself on this one. Hey.
Ah! You're fully arrested for assault PC, alright? Times 1855. Full applied. Jordan and Megan to take this van off you. Okay, mate. Jordan and Megan, got a van as well. We'll just take as sterile as possible. Hi, if you swap over, mate. Shut up!
Got the eye wash in that van.
Did he clout you?
No, he just spat in my face.
Operation Red Start was a 12-month investigation into a serious and organised crime group led by Peter and Stephen Clark, originally from Netherley, Liverpool, more recently residing in Banks and Tarleton in Lancashire. Primarily this was a drug importation and distribution investigation. However, the case uncovered several wider conspiracies in addition to this, including the possession of firearms, a conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm, and money laundering on a huge scale. In September 2011, officers started to watch Peter Clark. It was immediately apparent that he was living beyond his means. The use of high-value cars was observed, as was frequent overseas travel. In the month of December 2011, this was spent in Dubai with his older brother Stephen and their respective families. In their absence, Peter's lifelong friend, Gordon Fisk, took over responsibility for delivering drugs across the northwest, under the cover of his legitimate employment as a blind salesman. Arrests on the 2nd of March 2012 demonstrated the extent of this supply. On that morning, Fisk was seen to attend an associate's address in Bootle, Liverpool, where he collected a consignment of drugs. He then provided them to an associate, Terry Sargent. In the video, Sargent can be seen with gloves on, hiding 2 kilos of cocaine under the bonnet of a hire car. Sargent then delivered the hire car into the hands of Alan Bentley, who was tasked with driving the vehicle to Northern Ireland. However, he was stopped at Birkenhead docks and arrested with drugs worth over £98,000 on the streets of Northern Ireland. Meanwhile, the team were monitoring the activities of other gang members. Mark Higgins had been tasked with transporting the cash back to the northwest and had been stopped with £20,000 concealed in his vehicle. Sean Johnson had also been watched travelling to and from Northern Ireland for the gang, and on the 16th of March 2012 he was stopped on his return from Manchester, where he had collected 10 kilograms of amphetamine worth £100,000 from Manchester-based drug dealer Daniel Edgar. A month later, on the 25th of April, the police made 2 significant finds. Paul Bennett of Southport was stopped leaving the village of Tarleton in his company van. In a sports bag, officers found 10 kilos of high-purity cocaine and a kilogram of cannabis, the combined street value of which was almost £3 million. Earlier surveillance on Bennett had linked him to a lock-up garage in the Ainsdale area of Merseyside. When officers searched it, they discovered a cache of firearms, ammunition and weapons that had the potential to cause devastating harm to our communities. The photographs show 8 prohibited firearms, including a sawn-off shotgun, Glock and Ruger 9mm pistols, 2 loaded .38 revolvers and 2 stun guns. On the 20th of June 2012, Titan officers went to search an address in Derby. It was the home address of Sukhdev Singh, the gang's international money launderer. £172,000 in cash was found in an unassuming mid-terraced house, but it was the presence of money counting machines and ledgers that revealed the true scale of the illicit trade. Cash transactions totalling over £51 million over a 3-year period were documented. Peter Clark and Gordon Fisk had been evidenced visiting Derby on a number of occasions. The dates corresponded with the code names being used in the ledgers. Entries using the code name amounted to £1.8 million in cash of the overall figure. Further high-purity cocaine, ammunition and cash were seized from Manchester-based drug dealers during the summer. The net was closing in fast on Peter Clark, and so the focus of the investigation turned to his older brother Stephen, who had long been associated with the Liverpool night scene and door security industry. It was apparent that Stephen's business interests included drug dealing, violence and money laundering. Stephen was identified as being instrumental in the arrangements to supply cannabis to Northern Ireland. On one such occasion, his associate Mark Wyatt arranged for John Wilson and others to transport 16.5 kilograms of the drug worth £300,000 from Birmingham through Holyhead and onto Northern Ireland. In September 2012, Stephen and Peter Clark were arrested with associates, charged and remanded with several serious conspiracy offences. Their wives and sister Lynn Murphy were charged with money laundering offences, Murphy having been found to be hiding almost £185,000 in cash on behalf of her brother Stephen. Further drugs and cannabis farms were located, including this example at Paul Lawler's house. Titan has thoroughly dismantled this crime group with the prosecution of over 30 criminals, including 14 men and 4 women. Cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, amphetamine and cannabis with a combined street value of £4 million were recovered. A frightening cache of firearms and weapons was seized, and the team uncovered an international money laundering operation involving the movement of over £51 million in cash during a 3-year period. As a direct result of the professionalism and tenacity of the investigation team and the Crown Prosecution Service, the vast majority of the defendants pleaded guilty at the first available opportunity, without the need for trials at great public expense. Proceeds of crime proceedings have now been implemented to strip them of their ill-gotten gains.